Oh, is this thing on? Hello, it's me, Amy Elizabeth, and this is my first blog. Well, other than the little previous one, which was my advertisement. And this is what I wanted to talk about, which is Botox, why I got Botox. I figured that was very ear-catching because we're all about the same age group. Well, a lot of me and my friends on Facebook. And why would I be ready to get Botox already? However, I know a lot of people that got it when they're about 30 years old, which is crazy. But the story is if you get it early for cosmetic reasons, it's actually supposed to help you age better. Your muscles, your skin, whatever. I don't understand the whole scientific reasoning behind it. But, yes, I have a few lines here, which are like tiny. Which I definitely would do Botox on, but that was not why I was at the doctor's the other day, so he didn't agree to do that. So I got Botox because I had tried 4 other drugs this year through my neurologist, and I tried a number of drugs about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago as well, to see if I could try to finally get my chronic pain under control. Now, when I say chronic pain, for any of you that know me now, you get what I'm like. When I was growing up, for any of you that knew me, I had it back then. So this is not a dramatic story. This is why I'm sharing it, is because I know I'm not the only one that's like this. I've had chronic headaches, migraines. Now they're called migraines. There's different kinds of migraines that the experts have discovered, and I fall into that category. So I have TMJ, which means, for some of you who don't know, it is a disorder that you do mainly when you sleep. It's clenching. And for anybody who's lived with me, you've seen the wonderful retainers that I worn at night. I don't have one right now. I'm not doing the over-counter ones because they just fall right out. But TMJ can be helped with a mouth guard that is specially designed for you by your dentist or TMJ specialist. I need one of those, yes. But the story is this. I've had such chronic headaches my entire life, starting when I was 9 years old, which is insane when I say it out loud. I can't even believe it. 9 years old. You know how old I am now. They've increased over the years. They've increased and gotten so bad that it's actually, I mean, it kind of drove me crazy. And it basically also spread throughout my body, which has become fibromyalgia, which I don't know if you guys know about that, but it has to do with the nerves being overactive. I think of them as having, like, this sounds crazy, but this is my humor going on in my head when I try to make things better than they are, which is how I've gotten through life, I guess, without throwing myself off of a bridge. But you have these nerves and they're overactive. It's like they're having some kind of crazy party all the time, and they're beating up your muscles and the tissues, and that in turn makes your joints feel like they're swelled up because your muscles are inflamed, and it's like they're trying to get out of your body and you can't move. It's actually it came from originally my neck and my jaw, and it's gone throughout my body. So that started like about 8 years ago, maybe, 2009, 2010. But from the time I was 9, I started having headaches, and I'd wake up with them and I'd go to bed with them. Now, for any of you that remembers eating lunch with me at all, like in middle school or high school, it was ridiculous. I pulled out Tylenol or Advil every single time we had a meal because my jaw would be sore every time I ate. Now, I'm not really necessarily like that anymore when I eat. It's just sort of all the time, which I guess is a normal story, is that people with TMJ, it can increase, the pain can increase throughout the years that you have it if you don't take care of it. What am I supposed to do to take care of it? So as I was growing up, I was told, okay, we've examined you, I went to different neurologists, You do not have a brain tumor, thank God, but you do have migraines, and they would believe they're coming from the TMJ. So then I started wearing a mouth guard, helped a little bit, but it just kept going. And as I became like adult age, I really started going to doctors saying, help me, this pain is so bad. I wake up feeling like I want to jump out of a window. It's so bad in the morning. And anybody who's lived with me, I've had several boyfriends and I've had parents that check on me when I sleep. They see me clenching and they see me making faces like this, and I move around a lot. So that progressed, and I went to doctors and I said, this pain is too much. Like, I can't, my neck hurts, I can't focus, like everything hurts. And they just said the same thing to me over and over and over again. This is like throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, the first like part of the 2000s. Take Advil, take Tylenol, and do some exercises. Make sure you get enough rest. No one would tell me anything. No one said, have you been to a specialist, a pain specialist, or a TMJ specialist? Even neurologists would not say anything to me like that. So I basically got to a point where I was going nuts with all the pain. And that's not being dramatic. It was like, this is not normal that I'm living like this. But I kept it all inside because I was told there's nothing else that you can do. Just keep doing what you're doing. Well, it's not working. So I'm going along in life just thinking I have to try to take care of this and control this as my best as I can. And everyone else must be having some kind of discomfort. I mean, I can't be the only one going through life. Well, now we find out that millions and millions and millions of just Americans are getting hooked to opioids because they have back injuries, they have sports injuries, they have things like fibromyalgia, and they're taking medication at first to curb the pain, and they get addicted to it. I never took any opioids. I was never told that it was that it was an option, which is good, and nobody ever offered it to me. No, nothing. So back in like 2010, 2011, when I started to have like a breakdown, I'd already gotten incredibly depressed because chronic pain that disrupts your life causes depression. It's not depression that causes pain. When you have depression, yes, you can get some pain. That is an actual like scientific on the books thing. But my depression pretty much came from not being able to live a normal life. And I never told myself that out loud. I never admitted that to myself until like about 6 years ago. And I just said, this is not normal. And I have not lived a normal life. I have not done things that I wanted to do because I don't get up in the morning wanting to go out into the world. Halfway through the day, if I sit at an office job, if I sit at a hospitality standing all day job, I have to lay down. That's not normal. And finally I spoke up and I started Googling. You know, we didn't have the internet back when I was first going through my pain, and through the 90s even early 2000s, then we Googled like, oh, pain management, how do I control my TMJ? People really didn't do that. So I had to start doing it myself a few years ago, and I went to the library and read books, like actual books. And I Googled things and I compared notes and I came up with ideas that maybe I had fibromyalgia. Maybe I could try these different medications. There are certain types of antidepressants that block your pain sensory so that you don't know that you're having so much pain. So I went to doctors and I asked them, and these doctors were through Obamacare. They were through my Medicaid, which I have under Washington Apple, and I have had nothing but a good experience. Yes, I've had to wait to try certain drugs, really expensive drugs, I completely understand, but I have had a very good experience with my Washington Apple, and I know not everybody does. I had to really track down dental care. That wasn't very easy to find. In fact, it was really hard to find. I ended up having a low-income clinic that I went to tell me about it, which I'm so happy about. But that is another story for another time. We have like an incredible shortage of dental care in the US, and it's because of insurance companies are not willing to do it, and Washington has a big problems with their Medicaid not covering it. And as you know, you have to take care of your teeth and your mouth in order for you to stay healthy everywhere else, right? Okay. So I did all this research and I found out there were different drugs that maybe I could try, safe things. So I went to a doctor that I had, a primary care, and she was like, I don't know anything about this. I'm not very good with pain management. I don't know about these things, but I will look into this and we can try. So she tried me on a bunch of different things. It was great. And eventually I found out I didn't react very well to a lot of them, which is, I found out, and I'm very happy that I found out. And then I finally went to somebody who was able to help me, a neurologist, and she helped get me on something. And eventually, gosh, it took quite a while, probably like 8 or 9 months, maybe it was almost a year, before my insurance company allowed me to try Lyrica, and that was my big thing, because I wanted to try that if nothing else worked. And I've been on Lyrica for a year and like 5 months maybe, and it's been awesome. It's changed my life. I can wake up in the morning, my joints move. I'm not cured. I am never going to be cured, but I can move better. So then I realized I could move better on the Lyrica, and I wasn't feeling so fatigued body-wise like halfway through the day. And then I realized I'm too tight. I can't even move my shoulders and my neck. So then I went and I asked for something else. I said, I don't need a narcotic. Just give me something that I can take and it'll be safe and I will not get hooked to, and it's better than Tylenol or Advil. So then my doctor gave me something, and it's super common and it's old and it's cheap from what I understand. So I have this whole combination of things going now to control or help with the symptoms of fibromyalgia. And I've had some strange thing where when I'm trying some serious new drugs for the first time to try to help, this, I haven't been working. It's just been some fluke. And I've been able to oversleep because I'm too tired from the drugs, or to be nauseous or not feel well and not have them go right. And I'm not working, so it's not like I have to call in sick or feel bad at work or anything. So it's been really odd the way that's happened, but it's happened. So I just wanted to say that. I don't know why, but maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know what you believe in, but whatever. So my neurologist said this year, I went to her and I said, this is great that you're helping me with the other stuff, but my head and my neck, like, this is not, I have pain every single moment of the day. It's hard to focus. Yes, some of the medications make it hard to focus. But I have to be able to work on computers for a living. That is our modern day life. That's what we do now. I'm not going back to retail. I can't clean anymore, so it's not like I can go and even clean a salon like I used to do and maintain, management there. That's not going to work. So I have to be able to sit at a computer and, yes, use proper body mechanics and get up and move around like everybody is supposed to be doing, but I need help. And so she was willing to try me, my neurologist, on several different drugs, and the insurance company said, if you try these drugs, yes, we'll let you try Botox. So yes, I've been talking now for like 13 minutes, and now we get back to the Botox.